Tonight, in Traffic Cops, an intoxicating brew, fast motorbikes and open country roads, and bad bikers intent on riding their luck.
The eldest slipped off.
Do you think I was born yesterday? It was just like the wacky races. There was bikes all over the place. There's only one thing I had in mind, and that was to ride fast.
The look on your face says it all.
Now, the police in East Yorkshire have unleashed their own mean machine. A cop on a motorbike, on a mission.
If they want to come here and ride outside of the law, then we're making no bones about it. We're here. We have the strategy and the tactics to catch dangerous antisocial motorcyclists.
The East Riding of Yorkshire. Nearly 1,000 square miles of some of Britain's most idyllic countryside. It's one of the largest police divisions in the country, with one of the least amounts of crime. But the traffic cops here are busier than ever. The many long, winding and exhilarating roads mean one thing. It's a playground for bikers.
Enjoyment on a bike isn't about riding in a straight line fast. Enjoyment on a bike is all about riding along twisty, bendy roads that challenge your riding ability. And there's quite a lot of those in the East Riding.
But for all the joy in the division, there's also tragedy. Last year, 5 people were killed in bike crashes here, and another 50 were seriously injured.
The people who are dying are males aged between 25 and 50 on sports bikes or sports tourers with engine size above 500cc, and the stereotypical crash will be excess speed for a given set of circumstances, or excess speed on a bend and losing control on a bend.
PC Dennis is a biker himself, as well as being a traffic cop. He's trying to cut the speeds and reduce the death toll by targeting the small minority who want to ride beyond the limit.
Got a hardcore nucleus of stupid, dangerous, inconsiderate riders who are intent on riding their motorcycles as fast as they possibly can.
PC Dennis's Honda VFR can do 155 miles per hour. But more importantly, it's equipped with some of the latest crime-fighting gear designed to catch the bad bikers on camera.
We've got the camera mounted there, which captures all the evidence. And in here, we've got the recorder. This is what I show at the roadside. I can replay this and show the offenders what the evidence is.
The evidence can be gathered without the offending bikers having any idea they've been caught on PC Dennis's camera. It's clocked the ones in the distance at 91.15 miles per hour, more than 50% over the speed limit.
If cars do constantly driving around at 80 to 85, then everyone will be up in arms. But motorcyclists, there's this perception that I'm on a bike, what do you expect? Of course I'm going to be exceeding the speed limit.
All right, well, I admit we have the blast. I mean, that's what it's all about, isn't it? We're not the only ones, are we?
No, and that's why we're here.
These lads are typical of the ones PC Dennis catches, except they've been riding each other's bikes.
And the difference is?
More low down torque, haven't you?
Right.
You've got to use all the gearing for that one. On that one, it's just...
A picture says 1,000 words, doesn't it?
As well as creeping up behind unsuspecting riders, the traffic cops also go hunting for them in packs. PC's Ian John and Sarah White are parked up with a bird's eye view of the B1248. While PC Dennis, on his Honda, is 2 miles down the road, waiting for their tip-off. The speed limit through the village of Wet Wang is 30 miles an hour. Considerably less than this bike rider's observing.
Yeah, red and white one coming towards you from Tipthorpe. We're trying to make progress to catch it up now. Keep an eye out.
He's going like a bat out of hell. But with PC Dennis lying in wait, he might soon be a dead duck.
The information I had over the radio was this bike was travelling at very, very high speed and was just leaving Ian and Sarah way behind.
He's out of our view now. We're 90 to a ton and he's long gone.
He was so fast, all they could put out was a description of a red V-twin.
Just a red and white bike.
It's Ducati type-ish.
Yeah, it's Ducati type, I'm reliably informed.
Ian knew it was a V-twin by the engine noise because he's a motorcyclist himself. But he was so fast that it was clear to Ian and clear to Sarah that there's only one thing on his mind, and that's riding as fast as he can.
Yeah, white helmet, I think, and black jacket. Yeah, he's long gone, isn't he?
He's outside.
So he's through the dip and towards Garton, I would think now.
And sure enough, a red V-twin motorcycle comes up to the junction. But before I can actually get anywhere near him, he's just absolutely disappeared. He has nailed that throttle. He was up in the distance, half a mile, 3/4 mile ahead of me.
Well, I'm behind one now. It looks like a V-twin. Black jacket with white on it.
Some vehicles on the road ahead have come to PC Dennis's aid. They've helped him catch up with the speeding biker. Now his camera equipment is catching the evidence.
He'd been slowed down by traffic, a tractor and so on. So I just followed him. We overtook 2 or 3 cars. I think there was a goods vehicle in there. And then I noted his speed getting up to about 100, 110 miles an hour on my speedo.
PC Dennis has got all the evidence he needs. But somehow he must now stop the rider.
Every time we follow a bike, the first thing that's in my mind is safety. However, it was getting towards the tolerances of where I'm not prepared to continue.
Luckily, there's a roundabout coming up, where, as part of the plan, more of his team have been positioned. The rider made a big mistake not spotting a cop on his tail, but at least he's seen the ones ahead.
When he saw the unmarked car at the roundabout, and his head dropped and he shook his head as if to say, oh no, what trouble am I in? I then pulled alongside him, and he took one look at me and his head dropped even further. And it was clear that he knew the gravity of the problem he was facing.
The look on your face says it all.
But the video will show him even more.
There's the video. Camera's in there. Now watch my speeds compared to yours. I'm staying with you. 75, 76, 80. Big overtake on the caravan. Standard of riding isn't that good, I have to say that. 103, 107, 109, 110. That's evidence which will be put before the magistrates. Okay?
He just resigned himself to the fact that he'd done wrong, accepted what I was saying, didn't argue with it, and put his hands up really to it.
The man's Honda SP1 is a model that was raced to victory at the TT on the Isle of Man. It's been built for speed and middle-aged enthusiasts.
30-something male, race red bike, albeit a 1990s race red bike, an SP1, but falls into the stereotypical problem motorcyclist that we have. I think he's looking at certainly lots of points and heavy fine and possibly losing his licence.
And that's not all.
Did you put that number plate on the back then? Was it on it when you bought it?
Sarah noted he got a very small